Forget about the people in your past. They didn't make it to your future for a reason. People know your worth. They just hope you don't. Don't base your decisions on the advice of those who don't have to deal with the results. The things you chase, they're running away because they were never meant to stay. If you don't separate yourself from distractions, those distractions will separate you from your goals. Life gives you plenty of chances to mess up, which means you have just as many chances to get it right. One day you'll be the best thing that ever happened to someone. Until then, be the best for yourself. Appreciate what you have now before life makes you appreciate what you had. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's. And what they have planned for you is not much. If you find paths without any obstacles, it's probably leading nowhere. You'll never be 100% sure about a decision, but always make one. Because it's better to go back and fix it than to never make it at all. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Time is the only thing you can't get more of, yet you sell it dirt cheap. There are no missed opportunities. Everything you missed wasn't yours. Just because the past didn't turn out the way you wanted, doesn't mean your future can't be better than you ever imagined. You can't change other people, and it's rude to try. The people who ask the most from you are often the ones who do the least for you. Stop feeling guilty for doing what's best for you. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone else happy. Even if you're the only one left who believes in you, it's enough. Sometimes you need to burn bridges to stop yourself from crossing them again. At your lowest, you'll see the true faces of people and how dirty they can be. Don't become like those who hurt you. Become like those who help you. Spend time with your parents while you can, because one day when you look up from your busy life, they won't be there. Problems are the price you pay for progress. If you constantly try to prove your worth to someone, you've already forgotten your value. Life, it just gets better when you stop taking things personally. Sometimes we break ourselves just to leave behind pieces that were never ours to carry. People with the worst pasts can create the best futures. Just because it's not happening when you expect it doesn't mean it will never happen. Don't worry about those who talk behind your back. They're behind you for a reason. The trouble is, if you don't risk anything, you risk more. You stop explaining yourself when you realize people only understand from their level of perception. Be humble enough to know you can be replaced, but be wise enough to know there's no one else quite like you. The only wealth you keep forever is the wealth you've given away. You're never too old to cut people out of your life. You can't make anyone love you, and you can't force yourself to love someone else. If you set your goals ridiculously high and fail, you'll fail above everyone else's success. Forgive people in silence and never speak to them again. Losing someone is heartbreaking, but don't lose yourself by returning to what you were saved from. Better to admit you walked through the wrong door than to spend your life in the wrong room. One of the fastest ways to improve your life is to simply do what you said you were going to do. You can't be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. Don't be afraid to start over again. This time, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. You always win when you move with pure intentions. Never trust anybody. Trust is earned, not given from the start. Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it'll get you the right ones. Someone else's progress doesn't make yours any less. Time heals nothing unless you work on yourself. At some point, you'll realize no one else has a say in your life unless you let them. Don't hang on to your mistakes just because you spent a lot of time making them. The moment you stop seeking validation from others is the moment you find true confidence. Never let a bad day make you feel like you have a bad life. When you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you've come. You've faced battles, won them, and overcome fears. The hardest person to forgive is yourself, but it's the most necessary forgiveness of all. Self-love must be stronger than your desire to be loved by others. The greatest skill you can develop is closing the gap between idea and execution. No matter how many people you surround yourself with, you'll always be alone with your own thoughts. If you want to make the wrong decision, ask everyone. You don't always get what you deserve, but you always get what you allow. Don't get emotionally attached to anyone. People change. Even your best friends can turn into strangers. Learn to see people for what they are, not what you wish they were. The price of not following your heart is that you'll spend the rest of your life regretting not following it. Your peace is more important than proving a point to someone who won't listen. Stop being so available to people who are only there when it's convenient for them. The people you think you need are often the ones holding you back. Accept people as they are, but place them where they belong. If it makes you happy, it's not a waste of time. Pain. It teaches you lessons that comfort never could. Your value isn't determined by someone else's inability to see your worth. Freedom doesn't come from having options. It comes from letting go of attachments. Sometimes you have to let silence talk, even when you have a lot to say. The wrong people will teach you the right life lessons. You're free to choose, but not free from the consequences of your choices. It's okay to feel sad after making the right decision. The journey shapes us more than the destination ever could. The answer is always no, until you ask. There are two ways to do things, right and again. Stop expecting others to give you more respect than the respect you give yourself. No matter how slow your progress is, you're still ahead of those who aren't trying. Just because the boat rocks doesn't mean it's time to jump overboard. You'll have bad times, but they'll always wake you up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. You don't like everybody, so don't worry about everybody liking you. Sometimes you can make all the right choices and still have to sit there as they crumble around you. You just pick up the pieces and keep moving. Live in reality as it is, not as you wish it was. No matter how good a person you are, you'll always be the bad guy in someone's story. Chasing a person doesn't give you value or build value in you. You earn your value by chasing morality and practicing dignity. Whatever's causing you worry or pain right now, it won't last forever. If you need more than one hand to count your best friends, you might not be the best friend yourself. Most people don't recognize opportunity because it comes dressed in overalls and looks like work. The single most powerful element of youth is that you don't know what can't be done. The past. It's a place of reference, not a place of residence. Lessons in life will be repeated until they're learned. You don't have to prove anything to anyone but yourself. Strive to make small changes and learn something new every day. The past is a place of learning, not a place of living. Not everybody who speaks pleasantly to you is your friend. Our lives are defined by opportunities, even the ones we miss. If someone's trying to bring you down, it means you're above them. Sometimes the right path is not the easiest one. If you only blame your problems on others, don't expect your life to get better. Life, it's an experiment. You may fail or succeed. Explore more, expect less. Each defeat, each heartbreak, each loss has its own seed, its own lesson for the future. Don't prepare the road for your kids. Prepare your kids for the road. Don't be afraid because you don't have all the answers right away. You'll learn through experience. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. Accept responsibility for your life. Know that it's you who will get you where you want to go, no one else. Don't sell your house to sleep one night at a hotel. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around, you could miss it. You can only lose what you cling to. If you want happiness, find gratitude. One day you'll laugh at how much you let this matter. Never hurt others to heal yourself. Never hurt yourself to heal others. Don't just love yourself, respect yourself. If you don't, others won't hesitate to walk all over you.